Okay, so welcome back. This is part 3 of Pong, and we're going to start off with making it so that the ball bounces off the top and the bottom of the screen and scores a point if it hits this side. So this is just a little diagram, basically to illustrate that, and this arrow should not be there. It does not bounce off of this wall, but you get kind of the idea. What we're going to do is we look at the ball's center and then we subtract off its radius to get this point, and then we're going to compare that to this side is 0, this side is the height. There's actually another picture here which shows this is 0, 0, which might be weird for math people, but anyways. And then this is screen dimensions of 0, screen dimensions of 1. So that's basically what we're going to do first, and this time I will start my timer for real. Let's call it bounce top bottom. So it should bounce off the top and the bottom walls, and it needs to know the screen dimensions in order to do that. And basically all that this has to say is this: if the y, if the very top of the ball is less than 0, then that means it hit the top, and we need to say this dot y velocity equals let me think, equals, it should be going down, so we'll just make it a positive number. Yeah, because down is positive. Cool. And then basically analogous thing here, if it's y, if the bottom of the ball is below the lowest point on the screen, that means that it hit the wall, but then this time it should be changed to going up. I guess this could be an else if you really wanted, but I don't really want that because whatever. Well, sure, why not? So, and then this is the final part of sketch. So, oh dear. So this is the collision detection. So first part is ball dot top bottom. What was it called? Bounce top bottom. And it takes in its parameters, screen dimensions. I think that's it. Let's check it out. That's the wrong thing. That is not going to hit it, but okay, it probably works. We can test it later, maybe. Okay, now we're going to make a very similar one, so I will just kind of copy it. But this is going to be called check right left. Or maybe check round over would be a more appropriate name, because this is basically checking if the ball hits the left or the right, which would mean a player scores a point. So, but it's very similar. Check if the far left of the ball is less than 0, then that means it needs to return that the right player won, I believe. Left, if it goes over on the left side, then the right player won. And the other condition will be to return that the left player won. And finally, otherwise, it says none won. But then what's inside here? This should be the far right of the ball is greater than the screen width. Perfect. So then how are we going to use this information? We're going to say if ball dot check round over of screen dimensions is not equal to no one, or none one, I think I called it. Then we say if it is equal to left one, then left score plus equals 1, and I think it's called restart round, or reset. I have a function that somewhere, start round, perfect, that will just set the ball back to the center so that we can play another round, which is what we want to do. And, oh my goodness, oh, I don't like that. Okay, and then same thing for if it is, if the right player wins, then it should be right score, and then that's the only difference. So let's see if that works. So, oh, look, it adds a thing there. Awesome. Okay, looks like it's working. So I'll assume that the bottom bouncing is working too. That seems like a pretty good assumption at this point. And what's the final collision detection? According to my handy little notes here, it is if the ball hits the paddle. That's kind of the point of Pong, so that's a pretty important one. And basically what we're going to do for this is we're going to treat the paddle as just a line segment, and we're going to say, first of all, if you can see these gray lines here, if these gray line segments intersect, then, and the top, and like similar for the Y, then there's an intersection. We're not doing rectangle hits circle, we're doing circle collides with line segment, so which is a bit simpler, but it's a fair assumption. So we'll make a function called hit paddle, which takes in a paddle, and this is in the ball class, and it's just gonna say, we can make, let's make two variables called x in. X in says, is there an overlap in the y's? And then to do this, what you say is you say, the balls, if the balls farthest, the balls farthest left thing has to be below the rectangle farthest right thing, and the balls farthest right thing is greater than the we don't, if this part of the ball is below this part or behind this part, then that's no good. So that's greater than paddle.x pause. Okay, so that's x in, and then to see if the y is in, it's exactly the same thing, but with slightly different. I think we just can probably safely just replace this with height and then call it a day. Probably that needs to be y pause. So let's just check that this is right really fast. If the top of the ball is less than the bottommost part of the paddle, and the bottom of the ball is below the top of the paddle, then that would be a collision. So we'll return true only if and only if there's a collision in the x and the y directions. So that should be all that we need there. So then, for now, I guess, oh dang, what is, oh no, that's supposed to be there. Okay, good. It's like, what is that? But then, okay, yeah, so let's just have a little if statement. If ball dot hit paddle of left paddle, then let's just console.log left. Well, for now we'll just log it. I don't know why I made this thing return a value, but oh dang it, the left one is user controlled. So let's see if we can get it. Oh look, it said left hit. Okay, so we're all set. So, but now it's not going to return a value because I don't know why I ever did return value. what it's going to do instead is it's going to make the ball bounce off of it. Which is what we want. But before we do that, I'll just add right paddle in here. And, oh, so now I see why I did it. Okay, fair enough. So I'll go back to what I was doing. Just for encapsulation is good. But basically, do paddles have a set velocity? Oh wait, no, it's the ball that we're setting its velocity, so we don't need encapsulation. Okay, let's go back to that. Sorry, guys. So ball dot hit paddle of left paddle and of right paddle. And then we say, and here we're going to have an if x in and y in, then we decide, then we need to change this dot velocity of 0. What are we going to change it with? What are we going to change it to? That's a really good question. We need to pass that in as a parameter. Or it could be like a property of paddle if we really wanted, but if it hits the left paddle, we want it to be going with a +1 velocity, or +1 direction. Right paddle, -1 direction. So let's see if that works. Oh, it works. Amazing. And then we can see if it doesn't. Dang it. The top and bottom don't work. But as you can see, the scoring works, so that's pretty nice. Did I just never check? Balled up bounce top bottom. What does balled up bounce top bottom do? We will fix this up and then that'll be the end. If this dot position of 1 is less than 0, this dot yvel equals magnitude of this dot yvel. Oh, yvel is not a thing. Okay. This is the vel of 1, vel of 1, vel of 1. Kind of confusing that I used kind of different names for each of these, but anyways, let's try to, I just want it to hit the top, come on. Oh, is it gonna hit it? Okay, I might have to rig it. Let's make it, okay. Oh, okay, as you saw, it bounces. So we're good. That's it for Pong. Please try to code this. I'll put the code on GitHub. You can code along with me in my videos, but also try to make new games. And thanks for watching.